Hello and welcome to episode 3 of my home organisation reset. If you've been following along in the series, you'll know that this is the 3rd episode, and last week, we converted our linen cupboard into our art, craft, and toys cupboard. And also we ended up with so much room that I actually ended up fitting in our board games as well. So it has been phenomenal, and we have been utilizing it all week within our homeschool, and it's been fabulous. There've been a couple of moments where we kind of like let things go a little bit, but it was really easy. And that's kind of the point. Like I didn't want to be all about, making sure that everyone was putting everything away straight away. It's more about the fact that if they didn't, it wasn't a huge job to catch up. And that was what we were facing originally before, starting this reset and this cleanup and rethinking everything within our home and repurposing things. The idea behind it all is to just make things a little bit easier for when it does go crazy, because in homeschool everything gets everywhere. Like, we have to be able to just lay everything out, make a mess, have fun for the day, and then not spend hours and hours tidying it all up, because we'll never want to do it again. We'll never want to have that much fun again, because it's just like not fun to clean it all up. Or we just feel like we regret doing that fun activity, and that's not what homeschooling is all about. We should be encouraged to enjoy what we're doing and our activities and having fun and enjoying the magic within homeschooling. So today the video is focused on finishing off the project that I had started. So we changed over our linen cupboard, as I mentioned, and the linen cupboard is now found in, like, we're storing our linen in our hallway cupboard, which is literally opposite. It's going to be really, really satisfying to kind of put everything into their containers and labeling everything and just having a nice, clean cupboard organized, and just having that whole section of my home sorted, which will be so lovely. So follow along while I declutter, remove rubbish. You know the drill by now. I'm kind of following a system here. It's a real pattern and it works. I know a lot of people are probably going to be like cringing at what I'm doing here, but I am not a folder, especially when it comes to fitted sheets. I roll. So that's just me. And you know what? Each their own. Like, for me, it's just about having them all together into groups. So what I'm actually doing here is I am using these baskets in order to contain my fitted sheets. So I've got one basket for fitted sheets, then I'm going to have another basket for flat sheets of the same size. Okay, so as I've been going through the cupboard, I've been putting aside some stuff. So I found some things that don't belong. Well, I found lots of things that don't belong, but you know, a lot of it was just kind of random bits of rubbish and wrappers and things that we just, you know, are broken and not of any use. We've also cleaned out through our cupboard here, just gotten rid of like old sheets that are just not, you know, donatable. We've cleaned all that out. I've gone through our travel bags and things like that that get, you know, put away and they get squashed, and a lot of them were actually quite damaged, so weren't donatable. Have to get rid of them. We're not going to use them, and we've gone through all that. And I also had a kind of like a cake decorating container of a lot of stuff that I've just gone through. So I used to be a cake decorator and I have not used it in years. So it was quite a mess. So I've gone through all that. I've kept all the things that I wanted to keep because that stuff is quite expensive. It was quite an investment when I purchased it, and you really can't sell those kinds of things. So I've held on to what I felt was, you know, still usable and for future birthday parties and bits and pieces and so, you know, celebration type stuff. So we've got some Christmas stuff which I'm going to create a Christmas container in the garage storage. So that's going to be going in there. So I'm just going to set it aside for a future project. I've also got batteries as well, which will be going into the garage storage as well. And then I've got some things that I need to go through. Most of it is just kind of camping gear, and there's a few little experiment stuff in there as well which I need to go through, but at the moment I've just contained it and I'm going to put it aside for garage storage at the moment, just to go through. Then when I've got my garage project happening, we'll sort all that out and you know, assign particular places for those things. So at the moment, yeah, so more kind of camping stuff. At the moment we've got pretty bare, which is great. We don't need a lot of things in here. We've got some toys that I've put, just some stuffed toys that I've put into containers here that the kids are going to go through. They're just from like really young. We're holding on to them. We just thought we'd put them away. They don't play with them anymore. They need a little bit more room in their room, but they may go into the garage in our toy rotation cupboard, but the kids are going to go through those in the next couple of days and just sort out what they want to keep, what they don't want to keep. If they want to keep it all, that's totally fine, but I just wanted to get it out of their rooms for the time being. So I'm going to take that out, and we do have a designated area in the storage in the garage for toy rotation, so things don't get old and boring, and when they start kind of getting a bit sick of what they're playing with, we can kind of take the stuff out and put the new stuff in, and it's all fresh again. I find that really is quite a great way to just kind of refresh and feel like we don't have to go to shops to buy more toys. It's more of a, you know, a way to handle the quantity of toys that we get from Christmas presents and birthday presents and collections and all that sort of stuff. So I find that really helpful when you've got someone that really loves like their stuffies and things like that. You can get quite a lot, especially with birthdays and things. And you can get them so cheaply these days, so the quantity gets a little bit out of control. So we will go through all that, but I'm pretty sure they'll keep most of them. They do really love their stuffies, and that is totally okay. It's more just about, you know, being able to handle them so that they can still have space to play, because otherwise what's the point of having them? I just wanted to let you know some of the organisational systems we've got here. I'm sorry about the lighting, it's gotten very dark all of a sudden. So we've actually got our labels put on now, and I just wanted to kind of talk you through what I've got going on here, just to explain, because it is a little bit different. A lot of people store their linens grouped together in sets, but what I've actually done works so much better for me, and I thought it might work better for someone else. I don't think I actually found it from someone. I think it's just something that I came up with on my own. I don't know, but whatever it is, it works. So I've got, my daughter has a single bed, so we just store all of her single bed, her duvets and sheets and sheets and fitted sheets and flat sheets in this one container. That's all she needs. So when I need to change her sheets, I just go and I take the basket with me. It's super easy. And then when I've got, we have 2 queen beds in our house as well. So we've got fitted sheets and flat sheets. So these are all for the queen beds. And they're all fitted sheets, and I just go through. I do not fold these in any particular way. They are not Pinterest worthy. I do not care. I'm not one for folding. I certainly do fold, but not in not the KonMari style, not anything fancy. It's just like a fold to try and prevent, too many creases and things like that. Most of our clothing, as I'm sure I'll take you through a wardrobe at some point as well, in our projects, but for now most of our clothing is on hangers, which prevents a lot of the folding issues anyway. But anyway, back to linen. So fitted sheets are in here, and then we've got our flat sheets in here. So I basically take one from there, and then I go and change the sheet. Washing and folding, I just put back as I go, as I'm unloading all of the washing and stuff, and it all just goes straight back into its little places. So I've been doing this sort of organization for maybe 6 months, and it really works. And I've just gone a little bit further now that I've got more storage containers and bits and pieces as well, to be able to like separate the hand towels. We don't have that many. We don't really need that many. And then we've got our face washers as well. We generally just change these over pretty regularly, and don't have a problem with that. So I've got my hair stuff here. So I used to be a hairdresser, so I've got all of my hairdressing. I'm going to be keeping all of my hairdressing supplies in here, and I used to keep it in the garage, but it's something that we do quite regularly, so I felt like it warranted real estate in here where we're so, it's easy access, easy to put away. Super convenient. I've got a party basket, which is just all of our birthday party supplies and bits and pieces that we might want, and whenever I get birthday cards or bits and pieces, I can pop in there as well, just to like have, wrapping paper and stuff like that. I know I wouldn't be getting the big rolls because they don't really sit there that well, but we don't really generally have that many birthday parties, so I think the best thing is to just get those, little bags and things like that anyway. So yeah, I'm going to start kind of keeping a little system going in there, and we've just got our travel, storage and bits and pieces over here as well. So that's it. Oh, and the pillowcases. So all of our pillowcases, every single pillowcase that we have is in here. Cushion covers, all sorts of stuff. So they're super easy. I mean, we're not fussy with what we put on our beds. They're all fairly decent quality sheets, so we don't go and pick the best quality ones because they're all the same. So, I mean, I feel like that works the most. And ideally, I would have them all the same color too, because it makes washing a lot easier as well. But yeah, as they kind of, need replacing, I'm gonna kind of stick with the same colors as well. Hallway cupboards are one of those really strange things, but I feel like ours serves a lot of purpose in the space that it's in. And that's why I've kind of like divided it into 2 different sections. And I feel like it really helps. It really helps how we are using our spaces. And also I think that, having a cleaning station is something that I've never ever thought of doing, but it makes so much sense considering this is where the kitchen is, and it just allows me to kind of really have everything laid out, and I can check and not run out of anything. And I love that is just going to be a huge help for me, and the kids as well, and my husband as well. So having a little basket, I think, is a great option. And I've also got, you know, natural cleaning supplies. So I make some of my own dishwashing powder and bits and pieces like that. Cleaning spray, all of those kinds of things I make naturally. So I have my little caddy here where I can kind of build, you know, make my concoctions and things like that. So yeah, I think that it's still fairly empty because, and I just want to be clear that I'm sure that it will fill up with more bits and pieces as well as I go through our garage and sort more into sections. And you'll get a full tour at the end of this series so you can see what I've done, what I've changed, how things have gone, what I didn't like. I'll be super honest about what hasn't worked as well, and you'll see if I've kept this, you know, to the state that it is today as well, and if that's been easy or not too. But essentially this is more about just making life easier and cleaning easier and more fun and more approachable. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you've enjoyed this little, you know, organization reset episode. I know this one was a little bit easier. I didn't have quite so much mess to deal with or so much clutter, which is a good thing, but maybe not as entertaining. I don't know, you let me know.